On July 23, 1892, Haile Selassie was born in Egersagoro, Ethiopia, to Asfa Wasson and Yeshemethet Ali. His birth marked the beginning of a significant royal lineage. Haile Selassie's early life was influenced by his family's royal status and the rich cultural heritage of Ethiopia, where he was reportedly very curious and intelligent as a child. At age 13, Haile Selassie was introduced to the Ethiopian nobility and began his education, which included training in historical, military, and political affairs. In 1902, after the death of his father, Haile Selassie ascended to the title of Ras, Duke, and began to take on greater responsibilities within the Ethiopian administration. In 1916, part of a coup, Haile Selassie played a crucial role in the overthrow of Empress Menen, as he became central to the quest for modernization and reform in Ethiopia. In 1928, Haile Selassie became the Emperor of Ethiopia following the death of Empress Menen, marking a pivotal moment in his life. Emperor Selassie implemented extensive modernization efforts, including building infrastructure, education reforms, and promoting women's rights. In 1935, Italy invaded Ethiopia, leading to a brutal occupation. Haile Selassie sought international support to reclaim sovereignty. In 1941, Haile Selassie returned to Ethiopia after the liberation from fascist occupation, symbolizing resilience and strength. After World War II, Selassie's voice emerged on the international stage, advocating for African unity and rights. In 1963, he founded the Organization of African Unity, promoting solidarity among African nations. In his later years, Selassie's reign faced unrest and political challenges, leading to increasing pressure on the monarchy. In 1974, a military coup led to the end of Selassie's reign, forcing him to abdicate the throne and marking a tragic turn in Ethiopian history. Despite his overthrow, Haile Selassie's legacy as a symbol of African independence continues to inspire movements for justice and civil rights worldwide. Selassie's influence extended into Rastafarian culture, where he is considered a divine figure, symbolizing the fight against oppression. Haile Selassie passed away in 1975, leaving behind a complex legacy, admired for his vision, but also criticized for his governance. Commemorative events and monuments celebrating his life continue to be established, ensuring his memory lives on. In schools and universities worldwide, Haile Selassie's ideals of freedom and unity are taught as part of African history, emphasizing his role in shaping modern Ethiopia. Haile Selassie's story is also reflected in literature and art, serving as inspiration for various cultural works commemorating his vision for Ethiopia. The legacy of Haile Selassie continues to inspire leaders and activists striving for justice and equality, echoing his call for African unity. Haile Selassie's speeches and writings are studied for their eloquence and vision, highlighting the importance of leadership in turbulent times. Haile Selassie's impact is acknowledged in discussions of international relations and diplomacy, underlining the importance of Ethiopia on the global stage. In conclusion, Haile Selassie's life and legacy resonate through history, shaping Ethiopia and inspiring future generations to fight for justice and equality. As a child of royal descent, Haile Selassie was surrounded by the traditions and customs of Ethiopian royalty. His early education varied, with an emphasis on languages, history, and military strategies. By the age of 20, Haile Selassie's political acumen was unmistakable. Following his ascendancy to Ras, he began to consolidate power, focusing on military reforms to protect Ethiopia's sovereignty. In 1930, Haile Selassie was crowned Emperor of Ethiopia, taking the throne as a symbol of hope for an independent Africa, committed to modernizing his nation while preserving its unique culture. Haile Selassie initiated sweeping reforms, laying down the foundations for modern infrastructure, educational systems, and legal reforms that marked a significant turning point in Ethiopian history. In 1935, Italy invaded Ethiopia in an attempt to expand its colonial reach, prompting Haile Selassie to seek international support while rallying his people to resist oppression. During the Italian occupation, Selassie's leadership shone through, maintaining hope and resilience among his people, becoming a symbol of resistance against colonial oppression. In 1941, with Allied forces, Selassie returned to Ethiopia, triumphantly reclaiming his throne while embodying the spirit of liberation for his nation. Post-liberation, Selassie focused on rebuilding Ethiopia, implementing projects that promoted economic growth and social progress, marking a new chapter in his reign. Haile Selassie hosted the first meeting of the Organization of African Unity in 1963, reinforcing his commitment to Pan-Africanism and cooperation among African nations. Through his advocacy for African unity, Selassie played a vital role in the decolonization of Africa, encouraging numerous countries to seek independence. Despite significant achievements, Selassie's rule faced criticism due to internal unrest and political resistance, marking a challenging period in his reign. In 1974, as political tensions rose, a military coup led to his abdication, marking the end of an era and a significant turning point for Ethiopia. Haile Selassie's legacy as a symbol of African independence has transcended time, inspiring movements for justice and equality well beyond his life. Selassie's teachings were integrated into education systems across Africa, encouraging future leaders to uphold the principles of equality and self-determination. His speeches and writings are studied in universities worldwide, contributing to discussions on civil rights, nationalism, and African unity. Haile Selassie's influence extends to art and literature, with numerous works celebrating his legacy and the ideals he stood for. Though he faced significant challenges during his reign, Selassie's aspirations for his country resonate with those striving for social justice today. Haile Selassie's story reminds us of the continuous journey toward equality and justice, emphasizing the enduring power of leadership and vision in shaping humanity's future. Selassie's passing in 1975 marked the end of a complex chapter in Ethiopian history, with his legacy still debated and revered. His influence in contemporary politics is acknowledged as leaders draw inspiration from his ideals, ensuring his legacy is preserved in modern dialogues about freedom. Despite differing opinions on his reign, Selassie's impact on Ethiopia and Africa is indisputable, as he remains a pivotal figure in discussions of governance and independence. The efforts he made towards Ethiopian sovereignty and unity inspire ongoing movements for liberation across the world. In retrospect, Selassie's life journey serves as a lesson in leadership, resilience, and dedication to one's people, transcending time and geography. Selassie's emphasis on education and empowerment continues to motivate initiatives aimed at uplifting marginalized communities around the globe. As discussions on human rights regain prominence, Selassie's advocacy for social justice serves as a timeless reminder of the need for vigilance and action. As a child, Selassie's natural intellect and charm shone through, quickly gaining the affection of his family and the court. His early learning was firmly rooted in Ethiopian history and culture. Transitioning into adolescence, Selassie was entrusted with the education that would shape his future as a leader, studying under the watchful eyes of experienced noble tutors. In his early 20s, Selassie took significant steps to stabilize his region, focusing on building alliances and navigating the complex landscape of Ethiopian politics. Following the death of Empress Menin Selassie's ascendancy as emperor marked a new chapter for Ethiopia, fostering hope among the people for modernization and progress. Despite his ambitions, the invasion by Italy in 1935 severely tested Selassie's leadership, as it compelled him to seek assistance from the international community. Selassie's speech to the League of Nations in 1936 echoed through time, symbolizing the plight against colonialism and igniting a wave of international support. After redeeming his throne in 1941, Selassie initiated remarkable reconstruction efforts, focusing on rebuilding the war-torn nation and laying down the foundations for progress. Selassie's leadership culminated in the formation of the Organization of African Unity in 1963, demonstrating his commitment to Pan-Africanism and unity among African nations. The internal turmoil of the 1970s challenged Selassie's ideals, yet his unwavering belief in education and empowerment continued to inspire many. On September 12, 1974, Selassie was forced to abdicate during a military coup, marking a significant moment in Ethiopian history and a turning point for the continent. Despite his overthrow, Selassie's legacy persisted, embodying the struggle for African identity and the quest for independence from colonial powers. Selassie's influence stretched beyond Ethiopia, inspiring movements for justice and equality in various parts of the world, even after his death. The teachings of Selassie on governance, education, and rights have been integrated into curricula worldwide, reflecting his enduring impact on leadership models. Musical and literary works have been inspired by Selassie's life story, often depicting his vision for unity and resilience. Selassie's philosophies on education and empowerment served as a blueprint for future African leaders, shaping the approach towards nation-building. His life continues to be an essential reference point when addressing African nationalism in political discourse, highlighting his role as a foundational figure. Haile Selassie remains a symbol of hope and dignity. His visage is viewed as an emblematic figure among Rastafarians who advocate for freedom and empowerment. The rediscovery of Selassie's speeches continues to ignite social movements, demonstrating that his words still carry weight in the pursuit of equality and justice. Scholarly works often champion Selassie's vision, examining his role in shaping modern Ethiopia and influencing African unity on a global scale. Beyond textbooks, Selassie's influence extends into popular culture, inspiring films, documentaries, and art that capture his life and ideals. In remembering Selassie, the narrative of African history is profoundly enriched, encouraging societies to reflect on their past and forge a more equitable future. Through ongoing discussions about leadership, governance, and societal values, Haile Selassie's legacy continues to offer guidance to leaders and citizens alike. Selassie's legacy as a champion for social justice and human rights will remain an integral part of dialogues surrounding governance and peace in Africa.